Well, hello friends, Fujosevic here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone as we have decided to switch up the decks again to a little bit of Secret Mage. And I will actually put the proper deck list on the screen here. That's a little bit of an oops, but that's okay. We have run into here another mage. Mages are probably one of the stronger, if not strongest, class right now in the game. So it's kind of reasonable and expected that we do run into them more often than not. We're going to coin out the Kirin Tor with our counterspell for a little bit of tempo. This way our opponent, if they do try and do any spell shenanigans, are going to run into big problems and more than likely be forced to trade off their board into our board, which would be nice. It obviously would be a little bit nicer if we had some sort of follow-up play, but we'll get there when we get there. No Arcane Intellect for you, friend. So that's really good for us. Unfortunately, our opponent still gets the buff, but still going to be forced to make double trades here. So really not that good of a result for our opponent for sure. Our opponent going a little playing for glory here, and I can respect that. I feel like I want to mirror Entity right now. And kind of force the ping to slow our opponent down. Taking the 2 damage is really negligible, I think, overall. I mean, there's a good chance that we do get hit with... that we do get hit with the Alex anyways. That's bad for us, obviously. But that happens. Oh, and maybe a spell that they like. They're going to go play it right away. Could be scary. Oh, mirror images. Hello. That's a scary one for us, that's for sure. I am tempted to throw a Frostbolt out here just so we don't take infinite damages. Well, there's our win condition, apparently. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a nothing turn. The Ice Barrier here, I think, is very questionable in this deck. Like, I'd probably prefer a second Mirror Entity, especially at this point. The Ice Barrier is really there just for the aggro, which... for whatever reason, I mean, you know, cross your fingers here, but I haven't been seeing too much of, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's kind of scary, to be honest, simply because we don't have our 1-drops to be testing secrets with right now. We can at least test the spells easily enough. I have no problem giving up a counterspell. That's fine as well. We'll ping away at the Arcanologist over pinging away at the Mirror Image, because I can't imagine that our Babbling Book survives one more turn, so I think it's probably better to start whittling away that 3 health here than anything else. We're gonna have to play some sort of a minion if this isn't just Ice Block, which there's no way for us to know yet. We will have to play a minion eventually. Oh boy. So now we're definitely expecting at least one of those to be Mirror Image. I guess... I don't even know what would be. Maybe Babbling Book is just the best then. It's the weakest minion. Let the... you know... let it proc off the weakest minion. Maybe give us another spell type of thing. Ice Block. Don't want that counterspelled. We'll hang on to our Ice Block now. Maybe our opponent plays out a Secret Eater for tempo. A lot of mages have been... doing the whole Secret Eater type of thing to try and fight the other mages, just because mages become so strong right now on the ladder. Mana Worm, yeah, that's not good for us. Primordial Glyph is awful for us. We could definitely use a little bit of help. Maybe even Arcane Intellect is going to be the best thing for us. We haven't narrowed down either of these secrets. We haven't tested anything. Oh my goodness. Now there's no way I'm playing Archmage here. That's how you lose. We can kill this. I guess we'll get counterspelled here. Really? Wow. Okay, I mean that's fine. We're only a couple turns away from Yogg, so Yogg will cancel out other Yogg anyways, I'm hoping. So there's that. But we'll see. We shall see here. We're gonna need a little bit of luck. Maybe we can get a Babbling Book this turn. I keep saying Babbling Book, just hoping it'll show up here. 1 out of 19, 1 out of 20, just over 5%. Obviously not a good chance here. But maybe better than nothing. Yeah, we're just going to take turns pinging away at our mirror images. The issue is our opponent's hand is going to fill up if we continue playing like that. Hey, Mana Worm, there we go. Copy this. There we go. We'll ping that down, and then we'll go ahead and do a little buffing of our own. And that also tested for counterspell. So again, not counterspell. So if we do get something cheap, like let's say we get Primordial Glyph, would be excellent. That would, yeah, I think Primordial Glyph would be the best top deck, assuming there's not another secret being played right now. Our opponent's definitely going through the paces right now of trying to figure out what they're going to be doing with their resources. I mean, we could get hit with an Alex. Frostbolt is okay. Not the end of the world. I just really don't want to see a secret. I think that just throws such a big wrench into our plans of Archmage. Maybe our opponent's thinking face damage. Oh, well, that's one missed damage. We'll see if that comes back to haunt our opponent or not. Ugh. Brutal. We're probably going to have to fireball this. Hey, there we go. Clear that board up. You are on fire. So we got to find out if either of these is a vaporize. Not necessarily that it matters too much. I definitely feel like, our opponent and I probably both have big cards in our hands. Our opponent probably has big cards as well, I guess I should say. Because we know we have our biggest cards in our hand. So eventually we are going to get through this mirror image. That'll be good. We have had to use a little bit of our burn, though. This deck normally isn't really a burn deck at all. This deck is very reliant on tempoing out in order to get a little bit of early game board presence that you snowball, usually.
Right away.
Do we want to Archmage? I think we just Archmage for one. It's better than nothing. It guarantees at least one. Oh. I want to play Counterspell. Do we want to play Cabal or not, though? That's the question. I think no. I think no, because our opponent's just going to use some sort of big removal on Archmage right now anyways. And if they don't, then we win, so it doesn't matter anyways. So we'll see. We'll see what our opponent's deck really is made out of. It's going to have to be something big. Yeah, Fireball Ping is reasonable. Not too upset about that. That's for sure. Vaporize, perhaps? Hey, armor.
I'm late.
We can protect this board now with a counterspell. Obviously, holding Archmage for a board where you also have counterspell is the best thing to do. Like when you can play Archmage with counterspell, because then we probably would have, kept our Tony on board there that last turn. But if you can't, I mean, we're still protecting a reasonable board. 7 is going to really start chipping away over a couple turns. If our opponent, is forced to... Well, our opponent's going really slow now. This is 12 plus 7 is 19. 35, 19. There's a Firelands portal. That's never going to happen.
Quickly.
Right away.
And we're going to play this. It doesn't matter.
Excuse me.
That gets pinged down anyways. I think we're going to play for the tempo here. Simply because, I mean, we're going to push while we can. If we get hit with a meteor or something here and this gets pinged down, oh well, we tried. This is now, what is it, 7, 9, 10. Obviously, this gets pinged down, so it's only 7, 8. I know I said 7, 9, 10 there. Oh, Arcane Intellect. That's bad for us. Our opponent's going to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do now, probably. Unless they're waiting for their Alex. But they have had to use a few of their resources, let's say. Did that draw anything? Oh, no, it didn't. Wow. Attack ping, 5 to face. Ooh, glyph time. Here we go. Ooh, what's best? What is best? I guess Firelands Portal is better, right?
Right away.
Yeah, it's good just because it creates a minion, and our opponents had a little bit of trouble dealing with the fact that we have minions on board. So I think that's probably the better way to do it. Fireball gives you more damage, and I forget what the other choice was, but those are really the only two choices that I really saw. And yes, we could have gone 5 to face to have our opponent at 11, but I like the opponent of not giving the idea of not giving our opponent a board. Frostbolt would be really good for our opponent to have right now. Okay, so we're going to be popping, I think, this turn for sure. 11. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. Let's do this another way. 7. 7 plus 6. We can pop very low, can't we? 6.
Quickly.
We can pop pretty low.
Right away.
That's pretty good, I guess. Let's go Arcanologist in the middle here.
Incredible discovery.
Just to have one more minion on board here. We have our ice block up, and our opponent's at 1, and we pop their first ice block, so that's pretty good. I think this game's basically, you know, we've had the Yogg the whole time, and it's just really sad sometimes, you know, when you're sitting on that Yogg, wanting Yogg to happen. Flame Strike, sure. I mean, if it's Eater of Secrets, if Eater of Secrets is in hand, we lose, right? So honestly, playing Yogg is potentially a thing. As silly as it sounds, right? But I mean... Let's go. I mean, it's going to have to be Eater of Secrets plus Fireball, which I mean is still in their opponent's deck. So it is possible. It is possible we get Secret of Eater here. Very, very possible. Opponent's thinking, do they have it? Oh boy. Looking for something. Looking for something. Either another ice block, maybe? Although our opponent's at 1, so unless it's an ice block, a massive heal. Massive heal would be bad. Meteor, that meteor is pretty cool. No Eater of Secrets, no Flare. Oh wow, that's huge. Frozen Crusher, awesome. I love these you know, 4, 5, 6 mana cards that are huge that have a bit of downside. That's cool. Freeze after it attacks. Good in Arena. Good in Arena, that's for sure. You get some real value out of that one. Okay, that was a pretty fun game. I liked it. Kind of a little mage mirror matchup here. We had our Yogg. We never had a chance to play Yogg, unfortunately. Probably a testament to the fact that this deck is a little bit stronger than the priest combos decks that I'm playing, which maybe rely on Yogg as some comeback mechanisms, whereas mage can really fight out for the board and for control themselves. But that's going to be it for me, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button right on top of Sorcerer's Apprentice face or the red button below. I try to post every day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Keep your stick on the ice.